sat beside me in the dark, a fading breath, a shrinking spark. Her eyes were there, but miles away, as if her soul had slipped to gray. I reached, but held a softer air. She vanished while she still was there. She faded like smoke. No flash, no sound, no choke. Just drifted through the open blinds, left fragrance where she once entwined. No flame to stoke. She faded like smoke, and all I had was what she broke. The room still smells of her perfume, a velvet hush in every room. She didn't run, she didn't cry, she just became a kind of sky. Too wide to hold, too soft to see. She whispered out of memory. She faded like smoke. Through cracks the silence spoke. No door was slammed, no letters burned, just presence gone where I still turn. No string, no yoke. She faded like smoke and left the light too slow to sow. Some leave like thunder, sharp and sure, but she dissolved, a trace demure. Like incense lost to open wind, she left no start, she left no end. She faded like smoke. Chased her with the quiet breeze, but she was gone from all of these. No vow, no joke. She faded like smoke, and in her fog I learned to cope. She stood beneath the amber sky, a shadow drawn before goodbye. Her hands were calm, her breath was low. The world turned slow, but she let go. I thought she'd pause or turn around, but silence held its sacred ground. She walked past dusk, beyond the glow, where day forgets the things we know. No lanterns lit, no voices call, just evening leaves that slowly fall. No rush, no husk. She walked past dusk and left me watching shadows grow. The porch light burned my coffee cool. birds had hushed, the crickets ruled. I watched her fade into the blend of fading blue that marked the end. The orange left her hair like flame, then vanished with no one to name. She walked past dusk like parting air, too soft to grasp, too real to bear. The trees all leaned, but made no sound, as if they knew she wouldn't turn around. No ask, no muss, she walked past dusk, and I just froze and stood right there. They say dusk is where love lingers, a twilight trace on tired fingers. But some walk through and don't look back, and leave you staring at the black. No ask, no musk, she walked past dusk, and I just froze and stood right there. They say dusk is where love lingers, a twilight trace on tired fingers. But some walk through and don't look back, and leave you staring at the black. I wrote her notes in quiet hours, between the rain and wilting flowers. I placed them where she'd surely see, beside the mug, beneath the key. But days went by, the pages stayed, still folded neat, still inked and frayed. Letters left unread, stacked like words I never said. No scribbled lines could change her mind, no tear-stained thoughts could make her kind. She never bled for letters left unread, and I still write them in my head. Postman came, the doorbell rang, but silence always softly sang. I wrote of love and little things, of coffee cups and wedding rings. Put all my hope in pen and thread, lay still in drawers of things unsaid. Letters left unread became the things I dread. 1,000 lines she'll never know, 1,000 ways I let her go. Still gently led by letters left unread, each word a ghost I softly fed. Some hearts replied, some disappeared, some read with eyes, but never here. And mine was left to write alone, on paper cold as polished stone. Letters left unread now fill the space instead of answers, hands, or final talks. Just paper aging in a box. footsteps fled. We didn't fight, we didn't break. No dishes thrown, no big mistake. Just quiet evenings, side by side, where all the words had gone to hide. The tea went cold, the light stayed on, but something warm was dead and gone. The quiet one first, before the vows reversed, before the bags were ever packed, before the smiles had even cracked. It slipped and cursed. The quiet one first, and love forgot what it rehearsed. No thunder came, no doors were slammed, just silent rooms that slowly jammed. The clock still ticked, the sink still dripped, but every glance was tightly zipped. We spoke in nods and sipped the air, pretending not to know or care. The quiet one first, no warning, no outburst. It spread between the morning news and filled the space like phantom shoes. No line rehearsed. The quiet one first, and took us both without the worst. Not all end, shout or rage or run. Some disappear like setting sun. And when you speak but hear no sound, you learn which battles leave no ground. The quiet one first, no blood but still a hearse. It claimed our house, our daily breath, and left us only signs of death, too still to nurse. The quiet one first, and love forgot the way to thirst. There used to be her coat right there, hung soft beside the wooden chair. The scent of books, a laugh at noon, a humming low that filled the room. But now the air is clean and cold, like something sacred growing old. When the room forgot the shape her silence brought, no echo rang along the sill, no breeze returned her voice to fill. Just time that fought. When the room forgot, it let her go without a thought. The cushion rose, the curtains dried. The mirror gave no look to hide. The shadows once where she would stand have leveled out like even sand. And though I searched each drawer and tile, the space refused to give a sign. When the room forgot, it emptied what was not. No photos blinked with secret code. No floorboard sighed beneath the load. No whisper caught. When the room forgot, it left me there with what it's not. Tired of names that wouldn't stay, of voices ghosted yesterday. When the room forgot, it turned without a blot, erased her footsteps from the door and begged me not to ask for more. No threat, no knot. When the room forgot, I understood what time had taught. She almost spoke, I almost stayed. The moment carved, but not yet weighed. Her lips began a fragile line, then folded back like closing time. No clock had chimed, no glass had rung, but something deep inside unsung, in the pause between what is and might have been. We stood like echoes out of place, too close to speak, too far to trace. No scene, no screen. In the pause between, we lost what silence can't redeem. The light was soft, the room held still. The window breathed against the sill. Her shadow touched the edge of mine, but neither dared to realign. The truth was near, but not yet named, so we just stared and left it framed. In the pause between, no lies, no sweet routine, just tension thin as autumn's air, where words were ghosts that wouldn't dare. No loud machine. In the pause between, we watched the quiet intervene. They say love ends with storms or sighs, but ours dissolved in still goodbyes. Not said aloud, not marked in ink, just slipped beneath the floor, I think. In the pause between, the world turned evergreen, but not for us, we stayed in gray, afraid to leave, too faint to stay. No king, no queen. In the pause between, we left and never broke the scene. She left no mark upon the chair, no scent of jasmine in the air, but stillness swept across the floor and painted shapes I can't ignore. No colors loud, no canvas white, just shadow sketches in the light. What the stillness drew was more than farewells do. It shaped the way the silence curled around the edges of my world. No clue, no cue. What the stillness drew was all she meant without a view. The mirror caught her not today, but framed the emptiness her way. A pillow leaned where dreams once fell, a lamp turned off but warm as well. Each quiet thing she never said now lives in corners of my bed. What the stillness drew was memory in you, not in her voice, not in her name, and in the way the windows frame the love we knew. What the stillness drew were lines that time could not undo. Some endings ring like final bells, but others hum in softer spells. And when the room forgets her face, the silence sketches back her place. And what the stillness drew is all I still walk through. Not ghosts, not grief, just tender air that speaks of someone once so fair, too soft, too. What the still too. I felt it loosen in the breeze, the thread between her hand and me. A tug once tight, then slack with grace. No warning tone, no frantic pace. Just one soft pause, a glance too long, and everything we stitched went wrong. When the thread slipped, it didn't crack or rip, just floated out of where it tied, between our days and midnight rides. No tear, no grip. When the thread slipped, the world remained, but love it tipped. We didn't feel the final pull. It left no scar, no broken spool, but seams we wore began to fray, and silence wore the words away. She smiled like someone half awake, and every step became a break. When the thread slipped, no vows were lost or flipped, just absence slowly filled the seams and blurred the edges of our dreams. No storm equipped. When the thread slipped, it left the frame but took the script. Some bonds don't snap, they simply slide and drift beyond the reach of pride. And though I reached, I couldn't trace where she had gone, what left her face. When the thread slipped, the lights began to dip, and though her hand was still in mine, it felt like cloth without design, too soft to grip. When the thread slipped, we let go without a slip. No creak beneath her heel that day, no curtain flinched to mark her way. The door still swung, the breeze was still, but something left against my will. She didn't whisper, didn't sigh, just faded like a winter sky. She closed without sound, no echo to rebound, no clatter of a final word, no silence sharp enough to hurt, just ground unbound. She closed without sound and left the air too still to drown. Her cup remained a ring of tea, but nothing else stayed near to me. Clock hands kept their rigid pace, but every tick forgot her face. And though the lamp still lit the frame, the room no longer spoke her name. She closed without sound, like snow upon the ground. No warning wind, no trailing coat, just absence soft enough to float. Call profound. She closed without sound and left me where no noise is found. Not every end comes with a chord. Some simply step beyond the board. And what is gone without a trace, his heart is still a dead place. She closed without sound, no goodbye to expound, just vanished in the breath between two thoughts too tired to convene. No shout, no crown. She closed without sound and took the world that spun around. She used to lean upon the pane, with morning light across her frame. The glass would fog where she would breathe, then clear with words she'd never leave. But now it only frames the trees. No silhouette, no warmth, no keys. What the window held has long since been dispelled. No trace of hand, no gaze remains, just light that bends through empty panes. No tale retelled. What the window held was gone before I even knelt. The curtain sways without her there, a dance with ghosts that left nowhere. And though the sun still finds its line, it doesn't catch what once was mine. The birds still fly beyond the glass, but none reflect the time we passed. What the window held no longer can be spelled. It kept her glance, her Sunday hum, her whispers soft as kettles drum. But now no meld. What the window held is just the sky where day once dwelled. They say that glass remembers shape, but even it can't hold escape. And so I sit and barely blink, as if the past could learn to sing. What the window held has quietly been shelled. No voice to press, no frame to trace, just silence dressed in outer space. No tear expelled. What the window held was all I lost but never felt. They say that glass remembers shape, but even it can't hold escape. And so I sit and barely blink, as if the past could learn to sink. No tear expelled what the window held, was all I lost but never felt. I left the keys in the motel drawer, checked out with boots still wet from the floor. Gas station coffee, bitter and thin. Another town I won't come back to again. There's a radio playing some Springsteen line about hearts on fire and borrowed time. And I'm driving toward the westbound sky, chasing shadows I can't justify. Rear view full of things unsaid. Mile by mile I lose what I fled. Maybe freedom's just a lie, but I'll keep chasing that westbound sky. The diner girl with the crooked smile said we all run, but stay a while. I nodded, paid, and hit the street, with ghosts asleep in the passenger seat. She said, "You look like someone gone too far." I said, "That's just how some people are." And I'm driving toward the westbound sky, where goodbye always feels bone dry. I talk to roads, to signs, to songs, pretend they answer all that's wrong. Maybe love was just a try that burned beneath this westbound sky. No map, no call, no hands to hold, just yellow lines and nights gone cold. But something in the way clouds break feels like the soul this world can't fake. So I'm driving toward the westbound sky, till the ache runs out or reasons die. And if I fade behind the wheel, at least I chased what might be real, the kind of dream you can't deny when you belong to the westbound sky. She had a name like Sunday, soft and slow to say. Met her in a half-lit diner on a half-forgotten day. She stirred her coffee like a prayer, wrote poems in the steam, said I don't stay long anywhere, but I leave behind a dream. She was the kind that never stays, just a page in passing days. Left a note on my guitar case, just her name and not a trace. I still play that melody under skies that won't explain. She had a name like Sunday. Now I only know the rain. We danced inside a laundromat to a radio half clear. She told me things I can't forget and laughed like she disappeared. I asked her where she came from. She said a place that's hard to miss, but folks don't stay too long there once they've tasted something like this. She was the kind that never stays, like a hymn that softly strays. Wrote her number on my matchbook, then watched it wash away. And though I found no final line, just her echo in refrain, she had a name like Sunday. Now I only know the rain. Some hearts are made for silence, some for roar and flame. She was somewhere in between, and I was never quite the same. She was the kind that never stays, like dawn that fades in smoky haze. I kept the song, forgot the town, but I still see her when I drown. And though the years don't bring her back, her shadow still remains. She had a name like Sunday, and it falls with every rain. There's a clock above my window frame. It's cracked and chipped, but still the same. It doesn't tick from 9 to 5, just hums awake when dreams arrive. It stirs when streetlights start to glow, and moves where sunlight will not. A clock that only works at night, counts the moments out of sight. It ticks in silence, skips the day, wins in things I dare not say. It doesn't chime, it doesn't boast, it haunts the hours I miss the most. A clock that only works at night. Like all the truth I try to hide. I asked a friend to fix its gears. He laughed and said, it runs on years. But I know better, I've seen it spin. When old songs pull the dark within, it beats for ghosts and failed goodbyes, for second thoughts and sleepless skies. A clock that only works at night, counts regrets in shadowed light. Each tick a name, each talk a plea, each midnight stroke a part of me. And though it's quiet through the dawn, it waits until my mask is gone. A clock that only that once held power, and every hand that slowly turns reminds me of the love that burned. A clock that only works at night stays hidden from the world's bright spite. It keeps her laughing seconds lost, measures love not worth the cost. I wind it once, I let it rest against the silence in my chest. The clock that only works at night still knows the heart that beats repressed. The static cleared around track 2. Then came a laugh I thought I knew, a whispered line about the rain, and I swear it pulled me back again. It wasn't her, or so I guessed, but it hit like something half confessed. A voice on the radio that sounds like her, like wind inside a weathered blur. It said, "This one's for the hearts that ache," and I forgot which path to take. She's not a DJ, not a star, but I'd follow that sound wherever you are. A voice on the radio that sounds like her. Turn my steering wheel into a blur. She spoke between two country songs about lovers lost and holding on. The way she said, "I miss the fall," felt just like our old porch and walls. I tried to catch the station's name, but the signal slipped like blame. A voice on the radio that sounds like her, like dreams that drift but don't occur. It filled the car with warmth and sting, like late July and wedding rings. No last name said, no channel shown, just airwaves echoing alone. A voice on the radio that sounds like her still haunts the places we prefer. Maybe it's just the darkened wind, or the way some wounds don't ever mend. But every time that station plays, I pray her ghost has more to say. A voice on the radio that sounds like her still turns my nights to yes and word. It plays like fade with perfect tone and leaves me reaching toward the phone. falls and fall. Just after dusk, when leaves turn gold and hearts turn husk. Her voice is low, her words unsure, like someone knocking on a door. She lingers close through winter's frost, then melts away like morning lost. She forgets me in spring, when flowers bloom and bluebirds sing. I fade beneath the warmer skies as new love shine in greener eyes. She only needs me when it's gray, when light feels far and hope's away. She forgets me in spring, like I was just a borrowed thing. We walk through snow, we talk like flames. She speaks in half-remembered names. But when the thaw begins to rise, I see goodbye behind her eyes. She packs her laugh with daffodils and leaves me with the winter chills. She forgets me in spring, like snow forgets the suffering, like coats return to closet hooks, like poems skipped in newer books. And though she never says goodbye, I watch her lift into July. She forgets me in spring, while I remember everything. I wish I bloomed with brighter leaves, but I'm the one who always grieves. Some love survives through every sun, but ours just ends when days have begun. She forgets me in spring, while I still feel the echo ring of nights we shared by candles glow, now swallowed by the river's flow. I wade through summer, fall, and cold to be her warmth when light grows old. She forgets me in spring, but I'm the song she used to sing. You stopped laughing weeks before the suitcase ever touched the floor. You stopped calling me your light long before our final fight. And though your boots still lined the mat, your soul had slipped, I noticed that. I stayed, you left first, in silence shaped like something cursed. You stood right there, but not the same, a shadow dressed up in my name. I held the frame, you kept the dust. I stayed for love, you stayed for trust. But I stayed, and you left first, a soft departure unrehearsed. We made the bed, but not the vow. You kissed my cheek, but not somehow the way you did when we were flame. Now every spark avoids my name. I watched you drift while staring still, and called that love by force of will. I stayed, you left first, in little words that once conversed. You drank the wine but not the toast. You walked beside outside, but not that close. And when the night came cold and slow, I reached for warmth you didn't show. Yes, I stayed, and you left first. That's what absence does at worst. Some people leave by walking out, but you left like a drying shout, like pages fading while still read, like saying home, then choosing instead. I stayed, you left first. No slam door, no spoken burst, just drifting breath and backward eyes, and all our truths in small disguise. Now I sleep where you once turned, still feeling all the things you burned. I stayed, you left first, and maybe that's what I deserved. There's a window by my bed, but it don't show the trees or red. Just brick and paint in someone's wall, 1,000 inches, that's all. No sky to guess, no world to chase, just my reflection in its place. It's a window without a view, like how I feel since losing you. Still shaped like hope, still framed with care, but nothing real is ever there. I keep it clean, I draw the shade, but know the truth it can't evade. It's a window without a view, just like my heart since you withdrew. Once it faced the hills and sun, the laughter roads, the starting run. But then they built, and I stayed still. Now it just stares and drinks the chill. I tried to hang a painted scene, but paint can't trick what might have been. It's a window without a view, like letters I won't send to you. It lets in light, but not the kind that warms the soul or stirs the mind. Some folks need a place to see, but I just need what used to be. It's a window without a view, just glass that time keeps breaking through. Some frames hold what once was wide, now all I see is what I hide. And though it looks like open space, it's just the outline of your face. It's a window without a view, but every dawn still filters through. I sit and watch the change in light, and wonder if you're doing right. It's not a wound, it's not a scar, just proof I once knew where you are. This window without a view still shows the loss, if nothing new. sheets don't crease the way they used. No pillow leans like once they mused. Your side is cold, the scent is gone, just cotton ghost where dreams held on. I lay the same, but somehow still the bed no longer bends to will. The bed forgot our shape, like sand that smoothed the castle's drape. Like how a song fades in a refrain, once sung now lost in window pane. It used to cup where you would curl, but now it's just a stranger's world. The bed forgot our shape, like time erased the place we draped. The headboard creaks but not in tune. It used to hum like late June moon. The blanket falls without your side, like silence learning where to hide. And I still reach at 2 a.m., but shadows don't remember them. The bed forgot our shape, no hollow left for hearts to drape. The mattress stiff from too much still, where once we rolled, now no such thrill. I try to dream in spots you knew, but sleep avoids the shape of you. The bed forgot our shape, and in its form I feel escape. Some spaces hold, some slowly fade, like names the morning light betrayed. And even softness grows unkind when left too long by love's design. The bed forgot our shape, no curve, no dip, no shared escape. Just linen smooth by weeks alone, and whispers stitched in undertone. I lay beside what once was us, now just a frame collecting dust. The bed forgot our shape, but I still ache where you would drape. You didn't slam the screen door shut. No angry words, no final cut. Just took your coat, your old LPs, and left the silence in degrees. But on the wall, the hallway glowed, the light still on, like some soft code. You left the light but took the key, like half a song in minor D. You gave me hope in golden hue, then locked the door I'd pass for you. The bulb still hums its amber light, while I replay your muted sigh. You left the light but took the key, like saying don't, while letting me be. The door's still closed, the latch intact, but locks don't care what words we lacked I check the porch when night comes down, still half believing you're in town. But keys don't lie, and lights don't stay. They only flicker what won't stay. You left the light but took the key, a kindness carved in cruelty. It's like you whispered I'll return, while watching everything we burn. And now this house feels wide and small, too lit to sleep, too dark to call. You left the light but took the key, and every room now answers me. Some leave with storms, with thunder cracks, but you just dimmed, then turned your back. No mess, no scene, no grand goodbye, just absence dressed in lullaby. You left the light but took the key, and that's the part that ruins me. The switch still works but not your hand. The lock remains like some last stand, and though the hallway never changed, its meaning grew so rearranged. You left the light but took the key, and now it's only me who sees. The sky was clear, or so we thought. No clouds to hide the love we caught. Your hands were trembling near my sleeve, like stars that burn then choose to leave. We kissed beneath a willow tree, but nothing looked, no one could see. The moon wasn't watching us, no silver light, no glowing trust, just shadows stretching through the grass, like moments made to never last. We thought the night might bless our name, but silence swallowed all the flame. The moon wasn't watching us, and so we vanished without fuss. You whispered truths, both small and deep, like prayers you'd borrowed just to keep. I held your face, you closed your eyes, as if that made it less like lies. But when I looked to catch a sign, the sky was blank, no sacred line. The moon wasn't watching us, no witness hung in midnight's hush, just breath and touch, then slow retreat, like waves that never kiss your feet. We weren't a story stars would save, just echoes no one ever gave. The moon wasn't watching us, so even fate won't speak of us. I used to think all love was seen by heaven's high and fields serene, but now I know some hearts collide where even starlight fails to bite. The moon wasn't watching us, it felt just. The kettle sings, but not like her. No lilt, no laugh, no whispered stir. She used to hum while boiling tea. Now silence sits where she would be. The hallway holds a colder sound since all her vows stopped hanging round. Where her voice used to be is just the hum of memory. No melody to fill the room, no notes to chase away the gloom. I strain to hear a spoken trace, but only stillness takes her place. Where her voice used to be, there's only me and vacancy. She spoke in waves, both soft and wide. Her words would bloom and never hide. Now every wall reflects my tone, and echoes prove I live alone. The wind blows through, the floors will creak, but none of them sound quite like speak. Where her voice used to be is just the scrape of falling key. The radio won't find her song, the birds outside don't sing along. I called her name in last night's dream, but woke to stillness cold and clean. Where her voice used to be is now a hush that shadows me. I read aloud, but it falls flat, like strings without the notes they sat. She gave the house its steady tune. Now night arrives a bit too soon. Where her voice used to be, I pour my words like lost debris, but all the vowels collapse mid-air, with no soft voice to meet them there. And though I speak into the light, I'm answered only by the night. Where her voice used to be still aches in every melody. No suitcase by the hallway light, no echoes down the stairs at night, no slammed shut words, no broken plates, just empty cups and quiet fates. The couch still bears the shape she curled, but gone is all that made it a world. It was a goodbye without a door, no creak, no click, no final floor. She didn't pack, she didn't say, just faded like the end of day. And I still breathe the air she left, like perfume after sudden theft. A goodbye without a door, just silence slipping through the floor. She didn't cry, I didn't plead. We both just fed the same old need to keep it calm, to skip the scene, like closing books we've already seen. The fridge still hums her favorite song, but somehow hums it all wrong. It was a goodbye without a door, no coat removed, no metaphor. The chairs askew and lights still on, a ghost departing with the dawn. No written note, no soft so long, just absence wrapped in normal song. A goodbye without a door, and yet it echoes evermore. We think the end will always shout, but some just melt and then fade out. And not with a bang, but with a hush, like wind that leaves without a brush. It was a goodbye without a door, and though the house looks like before, the clocks still tick, the floorboards creak, but none of them recall her speak. She left no mark, she made no scene, but took the warmth from in between. You lit a smoke with shaky hands. I drove us through forgotten lands. The road ahead, the past behind. We didn't speak what crossed our minds. Two shadows riding dusk and fate, with empty maps and heavy weight. We shared the same escape, no plan, no end, no chosen shape, just miles that blurred our yesterdays, and motel sheets and borrowed haze. We kissed like fugitives from truth, love born of fire, not of proof. We shared the same escape, but not the same way back to safe. The diners knew us by no name. We played our roles inside the flame. I held your hand, neon glow, but never asked where you might go. We weren't in love, we were away songs that never found their tape. We clung like branches in the stream, not for the root, but for the dream. Your eyes said stay, your steps said run. By morning you were chasing sun. We shared the same escape, but love was never meant to drape. Maybe hearts like ours don't land, just float on wind, not place or plan. We weren't a home, we were a door to what we couldn't take no more. We shared the same escape, no vows, no fence, no boundless cape. We burned too bright to leave a trace, just tired tracks and empty space. And though I dream of you some nights, it's not a love but shared mid-flights. We shared the same escape and vanished like vanishing shape.